Now, my fellow forum delegate, Brian Rhude, from the Catholic Apostolate Center, and a student at Catholic University of America in Washington, will also share his insights about this document. Please welcome Brian Rhude.
Thank you, Brenda, and thank you, bishops. It's an honor to be here with you all today to engage in this dialogue. The Holy Father reminds us that as we walk on our journey with God, that we will meet obstacles, roadblocks, and even opposition, but that we are, as Christians, marked by the hope that comes only from God. For us to have this hope and to make this journey, Pope Francis echoes Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI's call in Deus Caritas Est for a deep and personal encounter with the risen Christ that is made manifest, among other ways, through our deep and personal relationships with others. A significant point that I would like to raise is that of spiritual accompaniment that has permeated the pontificate of Pope Francis. He introduced the practice in Evangelii Gaudium, gave it a very poignant symbolic image of a field hospital in Amoris Laetitia, and now reminds us how vital it is for ministry to youth and young adults. I myself would not be here before you if it were not for good and faithful Catholics who accompanied me. I was confirmed just a few years ago in the Diocese of Providence and had great accompaniment from high school campus ministers at St. Vincent Pallotti High School in Laurel, Maryland, from the religious education staff at St. Paul Catholic Church in Cranston, Rhode Island, and the continued accompaniment of my friends and pastoral leaders at the Catholic University of America. Accompaniment, when following the Emmaus model that Pope Francis uses, listens and creates sensitivity directed to the individual. It cultivates a sensitivity that is marked by discernment and allows both the accompanier and the one accompanied to perceive what is driving their journey to a deeper relationship and friendship with Christ, in which they witness what he has done for us, and they are messengers of that love to the world. It was once I myself had encountered Christ that I could go out into the world to care for the poor, to be an active member of our society, and to be an evangelizer. The young people to be protagonists, or protagonisti in the Italian. One of the most important quotes from the document can be found in chapter 6, where the Holy Father reminds us, quote, "Today, in fact, we see a tendency to homogenize young people, blurring what is distinctive about their origins and backgrounds and turning them into a new line of malleable goods," number 186. We're warned against this homogenization that looks broadly at young people as those young people and assumes that all local, ethnic, racial, cultural, linguistic, and socioeconomic realities are the same, and that is dangerous. Chapter 7 is titled Youth Ministry, though, as Brenda has often reminded us, its more apt translation is Ministry to and with Youth and Young Adults. In this, Pope Francis reminds us that our ministry must be synodal, in that it invites and walks with young people, giving them the occasions, quote, for conversing, celebrating, singing, listening to real stories, and experiencing a shared encounter with the living God, number 204. In this, we can cultivate an organic, perhaps even sometimes messy encounter with youth and young adults. In chapter 8, Pope Francis so beautifully writes, quote, "The salvation that God offers us is an invitation to be part of a love story. Interwoven with our personal stories, it is alive and wants to be born in our midst so that we can bear fruit just as we are, wherever we are, and with everyone all around us." Paragraph 252. Our individual stories do not occur in a vacuum. It is only when we come to know the stories of our brothers and sisters in Christ that we form the greater story that God is writing. Thank you for this opportunity to share our thoughts and reflections on Christus Vivi.